Hey everybody, welcome back. I am Missy. This is Missy's Yarniverse and More. How are you doing? So, when you're seeing this, I do believe it's going to be Friday. So, how about a little bit of yarn porn? Yes. So I've had a package over here that I keep forgetting that I need to open. It is from when Premiere had Premiere Week with their big sales. And I had placed a small order. I say small because what I bought was extremely cheap. And I bought quite a few of them in anticipation for a new segment that I had brought up that I would like to start. And my Yarny friend and sister Rainy is like, yeah. So when she's healed and is able to, we will begin that. And we'll get to that in a moment. But then, as y'all know, I've been running to a lot of appointments, had a lot of MRIs, and they're all out of town. And where those towns are, they actually have like Hobby Lobby, Ollies. Um, what are some of the other places we've been finding goodies at? Five Below, that kind of stuff. So that brings us to today. I did have to go have an MRI done, and I had to run to the other side of town on my way out because I had to pick up some prescriptions for Brian that would save us a trip from having to go up there just for that because I was already there. And I was trying to hurry up because the weather has been pure tea crap today. It's been foggy, it's been raining, it's just yucky. And I knew that heavy rains were coming, so I was like, okay, I can do this, this, and this. Well, there was an Ollie's right there. And I know a lot of us have gotten the emails, and if you haven't, Faith, oh my gosh, she's kicked open the door. She's still having some separation anxiety, guys. I don't know what the problem is. I know what it is. I've been gone too much on all these appointments. So I once I'm done, she's gonna get some lovin's, I promise. But and if you listen to her crying, I'm so sorry. But anyhow, after I picked up Brian's prescriptions, there was an Ollie's right there. And a lot of you know, if you've gotten the emails or you've heard from the YouTube streets, etc., Ollie's was supposed to, excuse me, get some Red Heart Super Saver Granny, the Granny Square yarn. And it was supposed to be on sale for a really good deal, like for something a ball. And my store never gets these things. And if they do, it's a very small amount. And when I get up there, even if I go like a few days later, they don't have anything. So I was like, you know what? I'm right here. I'm going to run in there. And I wanted to look for something else as well. Um, so I was going to run in there and check. And I almost walked by them because they never put the yarn on a shelf for what they had. They took the cases and they cut them. Yes, cut them. Um, to display them like at the ends of the aisle, stacked up. So yes, I did find some Red Heart Super Saver Granny Square yarn. I like working with it. I know some people can either take it or leave it. I don't have a problem with it. It washes up great. It lasts forever. It becomes so soft the more you wash it. It's what I grew up using to crochet when I was learning. And I love the colors. So I will forever and always be a Red Heart Super Saver user. I do use other stuff, as you can see, but I do love Red Heart Super Saver. So I wanted to see what they had. And I know this is making a short story long. Um, just to see if there was any colors I'd be interested in using either for making hospice blankets, for donation, etc. And I came across um they only had two of these, so I was kind of a little upset because, like I said, my store doesn't get a whole lot. This is the colorway amethyst, soft white amethyst. Um, and if you don't know the specs on these, they are, of course, they're a 4 weight, 100% acrylic, and it is 8.8 ounces or 250 grams, 417 yards or 381 meters. And don't ask me to, I think they are recommending a 5.5 millimeter or US I9 crochet hook and a 5 millimeter or US 8 knitting needles. Um, and I know some people who have tried to use these say it is a pain trying to get them to do the granny squares because you're supposed to get, I can't remember how many granny squares out of each skein. Oh, this one says 14. I don't even try and line them up. I like using them as a self-striping because the stripes are random. I thought that was super pretty. It's got this deeper blue, a lighter lilac blue, this like turquoise and white, and they only had two. So I grabbed them and I know I can use them in something. And I do have colored yarns that will coordinate with them, solids. So it's no big deal. But I thought they were pretty. And like I said, I know I can use them. So, and I'm going to be dropping everything. And then they had another color that is super pretty. And they had two. If they had more, there's a fuzzy on here. If they had more, I have no idea if they had any more in the store. This one is called Red Hot Phlox, and it is a very bright, deep red with some multicolor tonal orange, and it is very pretty. And I know this one looks a mess with, oh, maybe that's the end. I don't know. I think this one would look super pretty as a self-striping as well. Um, does this one say 14 as well? This one doesn't even say. Oh, no, this one says 12. 12 squares. Oh, this one's the flower power. Oh. So this one's the granny square, and this one's the flower power right there. So you get 12 out of this one and 14 out of that one. Um, Doesn't tell me what the sizes of the granny squares would be, but that's okay because we are not going to use them for granny squares more than likely. I'll find coordinating solids to go with it to make self-striping. And like I said, hospice blankets or something. Um, and then there was another color in there, but I already have a bunch of it. It's the watermelon one. Um, and I really love that one, but I didn't need any more as far as I remember. And then there was also another color. It's the teals and purples. I can't remember what it's called. I have plenty of that from the Joann's liquidation. Um, so I didn't grab any of those. Right. But bear with me. They had, no, I did grab some. Oh man, I grabbed the wrong one. It's okay. It's okay. They had another color that I had not seen before. This is also the granny square. And this one is the color Buttercup Blush. And it's yellows, whites, and a uh magenta. And then there's like a deeper, I can't tell if it's a cranberry or a darker like rust, but and there's a little bit of white, several shades of yellow. I think it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And they had a bunch of them in the cases when I walked into this one, where they still had them in threes, but then they had a case on top that just had singles. So knowing that four of these will make a good size throw for hospice, I went ahead and just grabbed 4 of them because I thought the color was pretty. And then I found a color I had not seen. Oh my gosh, and I'm dropping everything, guys. Oh man. So, I don't understand why, if they had a bunch of these still in the wrappers, why they were split on top when they had singles on the case above them. But this one is uh called Black Silver Sea. And I thought it was very pretty. I think my Uncle Lennon would like these colors. It's got like a black, a couple shades of blue, like a deeper gray, almost a tannish gray, and then it's got some hunter green in it. Very pretty. And I grabbed a pack of the 3 and then the single because I know that I can make a good size throw. And if it's not quite big enough when I use those, I can always throw a solid color in there to kind of break it up. And then this is the one. Oh, I thought I grabbed the other one, the other color, because I do believe I have several of this one. It is the totally teal, black and teal, and it's got teal, some like navy blue, some black, some like an amethyst color, and like an aqua. And I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Um, and these are all the same specs. Uh, it even tells you this vest crochet t-shirt that's on the label. It tells you how many of these you would need for per size. But we won't be making that. We will be making throws. And I do have some solids that would go very well with this. This is like the jade, the Red Heart Super Saver in jade. And these are a little bit thicker. But I know, and these aren't too bad. And I know once it washes up and you dry it, that they're going to be super soft. So I'm not worried about that. So I got 4 of those as well. So there's potentially 3, 4, 5 hospice blankets that will not take me long at all um to make once I get them started. I'm right now working on one in one of the Mandela colorways that uh, I'm trying to put it in the bag and it's not working right. Um I'll do it later. But anyhow, and then that something else that I found there, and I really love these, and I don't know why, and they do them seasonally in the store, is these Albanese World's Best gummy bears. They have the Christmas gummy bears, and they're only $2.49. Um, these ones are the cherry, green apple, strawberry, and banana. And then not only did they have the gummy bears, because they had the Halloween ones too. They were delicious. They also had the Jolly Gingerbread gummies. It looks like a bunch of Christmas ornaments. And they are flavored blue raspberry, grape, lemon, orange, strawberry, cherry, and green apple. And then last but not least, they had the gummy snowmen and trees with snow. And they are flavored cherry, green apple, strawberry, banana. So, yum. So I'm set for a little while on the gummies. I think I might have 2 containers left of the Halloween, throughout in the kitchen in a basket. I only grab, like, 1 or 2 here and there, um, but I like them, and they're a quick little pick me up, um, 'cause I don't eat them all the time, but I could. I could. But so, the other thing that's been sitting here, right here, and we actually need to get her open because, guys, you can tell it's not even been opened yet. I haven't even checked to make sure everything was in here, and it's been sitting over here. I just with all of the appointments and everything that I've had going on, I have just totally forgotten that it was sitting there, and because I also have not been recording very much because you guys know the laptop went, um, and then I had to get this one set up and everything, so okay. So, this one came about, and I do want to say, I have to give credit where credit is due. I was seeing the emails that Ollie's was going to be having these and what day they were going to be available. And I was like, eh, joy, 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 joy. Our good friend Joy and Yarny's sister over at Find Your Joy is such an enabler because she kept talking about it and she was showing ones that she's gotten. She loves this stuff and I do too. I do too. I love the colors. I love color. And I was like, I'll just go look. Thank you, Joy. And then this one kind of came about from a conversation. One of the videos I did, and I can't remember what video it was. And I had said something about wanting to learn to do socks. Faith, you have got to calm down. And everybody knows I'm obsessed with learning to knit socks. Well, I was talking to a friend who also can do both knit and crochet. And I've also talked to Rainey. She is very well versed at both of them. And one of my friends had suggested that the first thing I try to learn to knit is like a dishcloth or something so I can kind of get the basic stitches down and kind of, you know, figure out how to work it, right? And then once I wanted to move on to socks, they thought it would be good if I tried to crochet a pair of socks first. That way I kind of get familiar with sock construction and then work my way into knitting socks, which I think is perfectly good advice. I love that my friends are willing to say, "Hey, here's some steps I think would work for you," which I am totally appreciative. And as you guys know, I was enabled by Sam to get the crochet socks at Rock book. So then Premier ended up having their big blowout sale that they do this time of year right before they start doing their Black Friday sales. So I was perusing through just to see what they had. I had no intentions on getting anything. And I noticed that they had a certain sock yarn on sale during premiere week. Hmm. As soon as it started, I was like, oh, I know these are not going to last. I know they are not going to last. And so since Rainey was all for us starting to do a sock thing, and we're still thinking about Sock It To Me Saturday or Sock It To Me Sunday, where we're doing socks, whether they're crochet, knit, whatever, because it's going to be a journey of both. And because she can also do both. And I know that Sam over at Memphis Mix is also working on doing some socks with that book. And So when I saw the sock yarn, and I love this sock yarn, I love these colors. I knew that I better grab them in anticipation for starting Sock It To Me Saturday or Sock It To Me Sunday for when we're ready to go at it. Um, and that yarn is the Premier Fruits, and it is a superfine #1. And they recommended 2.75 millimeter or US2 knitting needles or a 3.5 millimeter or US E4 crochet hook. And each one of these little fruits sock balls is 235 yards or 215 meters, 1.75 ounces, Missy, or 50 grams, and it's 93% acrylic, 7% PBT. Um, there's what they look like in this yarn when they're knitted up. I think these sock yarns are so fun. So, not knowing what kind of socks I would be making, I knew that more than likely each sock will take one. Depending on the sock, I might be able to maybe get two. So, we just went with buying two for each color just to be safe in case you need almost a whole ball or close to it. So this one is the colorway banana, and I think it is so cute. So I need to also look at, let's see. So, well, maybe it'd be good to start from the top. So let me set that there. We've got, not that one. Okay, the first one on my list from the order, we have strawberry. Nope, this one's guava. Well, well, well. We might find these. Um, how about if we take them out and then just put them in as I check them off my list? That might be the smart thing to do. I think I found them. Okay. Yep. This one is the strawberry. I think these are so pretty. Look at those colors. And that's what the socks work up looking like when you do them in knit. So we got two of the strawberry. I'm going to put these right here. These right here. And then as we come to them, we will put them back in the bag until I put them in a home. Okay, so we've got two of the strawberry. And then next on the list is um two of the blueberry. Look at those. Delicious. There we go. Aren't they pretty? We're going to have some pretty stinking cool socks, guys. So that was two blueberry. And then the next one we have is grape. This one, I wish you could see it the way I see the color. Maybe it'll look better when you guys are seeing it versus my screen. So we got two of the grape. And then we got two of the kiwi. And there's the sock. I love this color. So that one's right. And then the next one we have is the banana, which is the one we were talking about a while ago that we showed you earlier. And there's the pretty cool sock in banana. And then our next one we have is lime. Yep, this one's lime. Very similar, but this one doesn't have the beiges. It's got yellows in it, like the kiwi, and that package is totally ripped open. That makes no sense that they. All right, so there's that one. And then we got pink grapefruit, which I think is this one. Yeah. This one is the pink grapefruit. It's got all the fuchsias and the different shades of orange and pink. Very pretty. So we also got two of those. We got two of all of them, all the ones that we want to do. And then there are two of the orange, and that's what they look like knitted up. So stinking cute. And why there's that looks red on there. So there's orange. And then we've got is this one it? Mm, yes. Two of the guava. And I think this one is my favorite so far. Yeah, I think this is the top three. Pretty. It's got the greens, the different shades of pink and fuchsia. Um, and yeah, it's making me want fruit. Ah, and then we got plum, which you guys know I love my purples. So, and this one is the plum. Very pretty. And I think no matter what sock pattern we choose, I know with knitting, I will start with the vanilla sock pattern and work my way up from there. But like with these socks that rock, there's all these pattern socks. I think these would be so super cool in them. And then the last one we have two of is the watermelon right there. And guys, these are regularly $3.99, basically $4 plus tax. They were only $2. $2. So basically you're getting two of them for the price of one. So that was not a bad deal at all. Um two balls for each one that I ordered two balls and it was exactly $4 for both balls in each color. So now we have plenty of sock yarn for whenever we're getting ready to start Sock It To Me Saturday or Sock It To Me Sunday. But we're waiting for Rainy to get healed up. She still needs lots of prayers. She's trying to do a little bit of videos, but she also is not being able to crochet very much. She can knit a little bit more. Because I think she's so used to doing it that she doesn't really have to look a lot, um, due to the eye strain. So if you guys want to give her some watch time, go over there and check out some of her videos if you haven't watched them yet. I really love her stuff. Even her stitch outs are pretty cool. So yeah, that was, I guess, a walk of shame from the yarn aisle. um, and yeah, I don't I guess maybe seeing that the sock yarn was on sale for half price and it's so cheap anyway, that kind of just pushed me over the edge along with the book and everything else that I've been telling myself for like the last 3 or 4 years. Missy, you need to teach yourself to knit and you know you want to knit socks. So that was the driving force. And I was like, now I have no excuse. I have knitting needles, I have crochet needles. Now I have plenty of sock yarn. I also have the couple balls that Brian bought me when we went to the yarn patch during the Great Tennessee Yarn Tour. Um, so yeah, I think we have 2 different colorways, and they come with the small balls like this. So we have plenty of sock yarn to get started whenever Rainy is able and has time, and, she thinks that it's something she can manage, and, we will start doing that, and if anybody wants to join in and crochet or knit socks, we're just gonna do it as a journey and have fun with it, because, I'll be learning, so I'm gonna need a lot of grace, guys. So, I guess with that, I'm gonna let you guys go so that I can get this stuff put away. And I think I'm gonna go take my gummy bears and I'm gonna go curl up in my recliner and I'm gonna watch a Christmas movie on Hallmark and give Faith some lovin's, seeing how she is still having a conniption fit today. Um, before she decides it's time to bust down the door like she's the popo. Because that's exactly what she was doing. Yesterday, she was reaching underneath and trying to shake the door, and I brought her in. You guys saw her. Today, she's trying to beat in the door like she's a popo. So I love my kitties. I do. So I guess with that, guys, I love you bunches, and I'm going to leave you with these parting words since we haven't done it in a while. Life is not perfect, so be kind. Try and create something new every day and keep reaching for the stars and your yarn. So till next time, guys, love you bunches. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.